He joins us from Centurion. Govan, good morning to you. Willie Hofmeyr, someone who's been with the National Prosecuting Authority for a very long time. What can be expected to come from him?
Yeah, he's been at the NPA for more than 17 years, and Willie Hofmeyr is already on record saying that he believes Nomgcobo Jiba's leadership of the NPA undermines several high-profile cases. Remember that he also responded to Shaun Abrams, saying that Shaun Abrams was trying to protect Nomgcobo Jiba during his time as the NDPP. So today we're expected to hear further evidence from Willie Hofmeyr about the working relationship he had with Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi, but also how that affected a lot of important cases. Some of the cases that have come up here include that corruption charge against Richard Mrwebi that was withdrawn, but also we heard about foreign bribery cases last week. And Willie Hofmeyr really is one of the people who's been at the forefront of leading the NPA over the past 10 years. And then we also heard Glenys Breitenbach last week saying, or day before yesterday, saying that she believed Willie Hofmeyr deserved to be appointed the deputy NDPP ahead of Nomgcobo Jiba when that decision was made. So he has a lot of people in his corner, and he's being brought here to talk about whether or not Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi are fit for office, and he's certainly the person who has a lot of insight into how certain cases didn't end up in court and how those charges of fraud and perjury against Nomgcobo Jiba were eventually withdrawn by Shaun Abrams.
Now, Govan, yesterday also what came out of that inquiry was the possibility of Angelo Agrizzi being asked to come and give evidence there.
That's right. He's been served with a letter requesting his presence here at the inquiry. It's a bit difficult because this inquiry doesn't have any powers to subpoena witnesses to appear, but following his implication of Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi at the State Capture Commission, the evidence leaders here formally requested his affidavit from the State Capture Commission, and now they've handed him a letter personally asking him to appear here, where he will be subjected to cross-examination if he chooses to come. It's not clear what the inquiry is entitled to do if he refuses their request for him to appear here, but it is definitely clear that the legal representatives of Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi are very keen to cross-examine Angelo Agrizzi. I spoke to Zola Majavu yesterday. He's the instructing attorney for Nomgcobo Jiba, and he says that they're relishing the opportunity for him to be placed in the hot seat here. It's a little bit different to the state capture inquiry, because here they're only assessing the fitness to hold office of Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi. But the questioning from the legal representatives of Mrwebi and Jiba has been tough so far. So if Agrizzi does show up here, it certainly seems as if he'll have a lot of tough questions to answer.
Just as a last question to you, Govan, yesterday, or should I say the last couple of days, that inquiry heard how Glenys Breitenbach herself was worked out of her position. What were some of the reasons put forward?
Glenys Breitenbach thinks that some of these reasons include her being on the Bosasa case, obviously the Richard Mrwebi case and the ICT case related to Kumba Iron Ore. But she believes, she said it, although not as in as many words, but she believes she was pushed out by Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi. We heard the details of how her suspension was served on her, and it literally took almost 3 months with people, including Nomgcobo Jiba and the Justice Minister, Michael Masuta, refusing to sign that suspension letter. So Glenys Breitenbach says that she believes she was pushed out because she was intent on pursuing these charges against Richard Mrwebi and was working on the Bosasa case and other high-profile cases. She doesn't have any evidence that that is what occurred. She gave testimony here about the sequence of events, but of course this was disputed by the representatives of Jiba and Mrwebi. That's one of the senior prosecutors who was intent on pursuing the charges against Richard Mrwebi, and one of the people who said that the handling of the Johan Boysen matter, where he was charged with racketeering and subsequently cleared, was clumsy, to put it lightly. So Glenys Breitenbach, one of the people that reinforced the view that Richard Mrwebi should be charged, and based on this, she said it seems as if Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi are not fit to hold office.
All right, Govan Whittles giving us an update on that particular inquiry that's looking into the fitness of Nomgcobo Jiba and Mrwebi's fitness to hold office.